unbelievable is what I've been saying, hearing about the Haiti mission trips for the last 10 years. Unbelievable is what my family and friends said when I, a teacher who faints at the sight of blood, said I was going. Diane Shuf, our religious ed director, said, "Paula, you're going to Haiti? You'll be sobbing all the time, seeing all the suffering." Well, I did sob, but only at night, when I closed my eyes and kept seeing the thousands of suffering eyes I met. I was amazed how strong I was during the day, and that's because of your prayers and support, and I knew that my students were praying for me. I brought these letters with me, and they prayed for the whole team. And my mom, she lit candles in every church she went to. My mom and dad are here. And I want to tell you the power of those prayers is also unbelievable. Yes, the whole experience was unbelievable, but true. There's so much I want to share with you that I've written dozens of drafts for this talk, trying to pack my entire week's trip into these few minutes, so I'm going with the basics. Water. After this week, I value every drop. Since we were there in the dry season, there was no water to shower with for the whole time. There's no running water in Sagan. Every morning, the people walk up the mountain to the water source and carry water back down the steep mountain, balancing the buckets on their heads. Almost everyone without a water filter has worms due to the contaminated water. Some people have them so badly, the worms even climb from their stomachs through their esophagus and into their mouth. Ugh. You have helped provide water filters for many in Sagan. At one home we visited, the people proudly showed us their water filter, rain catcher, and latrine. They were so proud of the latrine outhouse that they insisted we see the inside. Food. After this week, I really mean it when I pray, "Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts." What a gift food is. The hurricanes last fall wreaked havoc, destroying the land and the crops. You helped provide helicopter assistance to get food to Sagan. Surrounding communities experienced a huge famine with many people dying of starvation. As our week went on, people walked hours to get to the clinic and were suffering the effects of severe malnutrition. Some members of our team brought momba. It's a mixture of peanut butter, dried milk, and vitamins, which taken during a 3-month period helps reverse some of the effects of malnutrition. One mother from the area even wanted us to take her newborn and 4-year-old because she had other children at home and couldn't afford to feed them. Homes. After this week, I know I live in a mansion. Their entire homes are smaller than one of our bedrooms. Some are made of stone, some of tin, and some are even made only of corn stalks. Clothes. Most Haitian children have only 3 outfits. The nicest for church, a school uniform for those who can afford to go to school, and one more outfit for everything else, working, playing, and sleeping. Health. After this week, I want to hug and thank my dentist and doctor. The dental clinic was able to help 300 patients with the most serious dental problems. So many more walked for hours seeking help, but we couldn't see them all. Seeing their pain was so hard, especially knowing that it'd be another year before our group returned. The medical clinic saw over 2,000 patients in only 3.5 days. Most of the women were suffering from headaches and pain everywhere, which is certainly understandable after watching them carry heavy loads of water, sticks, and supplies on their heads. There was such satisfaction in the many we were able to help by providing stitches, cleaning infections, prescribing medication, and giving a deworming pill. Many babies were wrapped in rags or old towels, so there was great excitement in giving out the new blankets made by so many parishioners. There was also so much sorrow for those whom we couldn't do enough for. A couple ladies suffering from breast cancer with no treatment or pain medication. A pregnant lady with goiter, this huge swelling on her neck, simply because she had no iodized salt or fish in her diet. A boy with polio whose legs were so bent that he needed help walking, and so many, many more. The team, your medical team, was absolutely phenomenal. You can stop by the multi-purpose room afterwards and meet them. Every day we started the day putting our hands together in prayer. Everyone worked so hard, and they have been for the past 10 years. We need more doctors, PAs, nurses, dentists, and dental hygienists. Please consider this trip of a lifetime at least once. It's such a rewarding experience knowing how you share God's love with those in the greatest need. We also had the unforgettable experience of going to Mother Teresa's home in the capital city of Port-au-Prince. My mom went there 10 years ago and she told me about it, and I just kept saying, unbelievable, this can't be true. But it was. There were rows of tiny white cribs with tiny malnourished babies crying and reaching out to be held. I wanted to hold them all, but once I picked up little Jameson, I couldn't put him down. He was 14 months old and too weak to sit up. He snuggled right up to me and clung on. Another little boy, Chadley, was reaching out so far I thought he'd topple right out of the crib, so I held him too. I sang He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, and the two of them held hands, the skinny little Jameson fingers intertwined with the bigger Chadley fingers. When they dozed, I reached out to the little girl on the right. Her arms and legs were constantly moving, but she seemed to have trouble moving her back. On the left, I held the hand of a little sleeping baby. When I let go, he cried, and I was so surprised that this tiny child had a full set of teeth, so he was older than I thought. That was one of my favorite moments, holding on to these 4 special babies at once. The Haitian people are so beautiful, faith-filled, proud, and hardworking. The land is beautiful. Watching the sunrise on clear mornings, we could see down to the Sea of Antilles on the right and the mountains on the left with the beautiful red dirt and white rocks. On our last night in Sagan, we were admiring a breathtaking view of the stars. Without electricity, you could see so many. Roger, a blind man whom we helped, was leaving the rectory and heard my husband's quiet voice, and he yelled out in English, and